In the summer of 2023, Jude Bellingham didn't just join Real Madrid, he colonized it.
Now, Jude Bellingham is a player that is very hungry to win, to the point where people might think, okay, he's gone a bit strong with that, but that's the player you want in the squad at all times for me. I don't know what you think, bro.
In his first few months, he was scoring goals at a rate that made Cristiano Ronaldo's start look modest. The world saw a goal-scoring number 10, a superstar who lived in the box and finished like a veteran striker. But then, something shifted. As we moved into late 2024 and the start of 2025, the goals began to dry up. The headlines started to change. Critics asked, has the Bellingham magic faded? Is he struggling to share the pitch with Kylian Mbappé and Vinícius Jr.? But if you look at the data, and more importantly, if you watch the way Jude Bellingham actually moves, you'll realize that he hasn't regressed, he has evolved. While the world was looking for his name on the score sheet, Jude Bellingham was busy doing something much more difficult. He was becoming the structural glue holding the world's most expensive team together. Today, we're going beyond the aura and the iconic celebration. We're decoding how a 21-year-old became the most complete tactical weapon in the history of the modern midfield. To understand Jude, you first have to understand his physical profile. Most midfielders are specialists. You have the metronomes like Rodri who stay deep, or creators like Kevin De Bruyne who live in the final third. Jude Bellingham is a space invader. In his first season at Madrid, Carlo Ancelotti played him as a shadow striker. He exploited a vacuum left by Karim Benzema. His greatest skill wasn't his shooting, it was his timing. He has an uncanny, almost supernatural ability to arrive in the box exactly 1 second after the defender has turned their head. It's what scouts call late arrival IQ. But then, in the 2024-25 season, the space changed. With Kylian Mbappé occupying the central lane and Vinícius Jr. demanding the left, the box became crowded. A lesser player would have clashed with these superstars. Jude did the opposite. He retreated. Look at his recent statistics. His touches in the defensive third have increased by nearly 30% compared to last year. He isn't scoring as much because he's busy doing the dirty work that allows the others to shine. He is playing as a 6, an 8, and a 10, sometimes in the same 5-minute window. He's the first total midfielder of the TikTok era, but his game is built on old-school sacrifice. This brings us to the biggest talking point of late 2024.
You see someone like Jude arrive at such a young age and perform the way he's performed, but yes, he was always going to perform on the pitch, but I think what he's done off the pitch and how he's adapted with the fans and how he's worked, I think that's the biggest thing with Real Madrid players. You have the workers and you have the superstars. You know, Jude is a superstar, but he's prepared to work as well. And I think his first season was incredible, and it'll be interesting when he comes back after his injury, you know, how he adapts to this new team as well.
The Mbappé integration. When you put 3 of the world's best attackers on one pitch, you don't get triple the goals, you get triple the ego and half the space. Real Madrid's early 2024-25 season looked unbalanced. They were top-heavy. The midfield was frequently overrun. This is where Jude's tactical gravity saved them. Look at his recent statistics. His touches in the defensive third have increased by nearly 30% compared to last year. He isn't scoring as much because he's busy doing the dirty work that allows the others to shine. He is playing as a 6, an 8, and a 10, sometimes in the same 5-minute window. He's the first total midfielder of the TikTok era, but his game is built on old-school sacrifice. But tactics tell half the story. Why did Jude Bellingham succeed at Real Madrid when other Galacticos failed? It's the mental speed. Most young players arrive at the Bernabeu and are intimidated by the ghosts of Zidane, Raul, and Modric. Jude Bellingham walked in and acted like he owned the place. This isn't arrogance, it's competitive competence. Watch him during a high-pressure moment, a 90th minute corner, or a heated El Clasico. He isn't looking at the ball, he's looking at his teammates' body language. He manages the emotional temperature of the match. When the team is frantic, he slows the game down. When the stadium is quiet, he rouses the crowd. In late 2024, we saw him take on a leadership role that usually takes players a decade to earn. Even when he's not scoring, he's the loudest voice on the pitch. He has mastered the art of presence. You feel Jude Bellingham's impact on a game even if he doesn't touch the ball for 5 minutes, because the opposition is terrified of where he might be. We're entering a new era of football. The days of the lazy playmaker are over. The modern game demands monsters, players who have the lungs of a marathon runner and the feet of a ballerina. Jude Bellingham is the blueprint. As we look at his trajectory into 2025, his value is no longer measured in goals. It's measured in control. He is the player that allows Real Madrid to exist in their current form. Without his defensive work, the team would be too fragile. Without his forward runs, they would be too static. He is the golden ratio of football, the perfect balance between physicality and intellect. So, the next time you see a headline saying Jude Bellingham hasn't scored in 4 games, ignore it. Look at the space he's creating. Look at the tackle he made in his own box. Look at the way he directs the best players in the world like an orchestra conductor. Jude Bellingham isn't just a superstar. He is the man who redefined what a midfielder is supposed to be. And the scary part? He's only just getting started. Is Jude Bellingham the best player in the world right now, even when he's not scoring? Or does Real Madrid need him back in the box? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to see how the game is changing, subscribe. We're just looking at the rhythm.